to the Amazing Them channel. I am Brother T-Roy. As always, I'd like to thank you guys for coming out, checking out clips with me. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that like button, notification button, subscribe if you feel the feeling, and comment, because I do talk back. So today we're going to be getting into some Jefferies, and he's going to be talking about immigrants in the U.S. Everybody's pretty much an immigrant here, so be it. Let's see what he's got, y'all. Everybody come from somewhere.
I don't want to spend too much time talking about American politics while I'm here. You've got your own issues. Look, I know you broke away from the European Union. I don't understand what happened. No, I know it's mixed, the opinion. I don't know what's going on, but then when I talk to you people, you don't fucking know what's going on either. I've never seen something happen in a country where you're all like, no idea what's happening. There's so many things, like, do you get rid of the European people who are living here? Or, is it, you, like, in your hospitals, you have 250,000 nurses who are from, like, fucking Spain and France and all that type of bullshit, right? Do you get rid of those people? And if you do that, do you get back all the British people who live in, like, Spain and France and all that? Because I gotta be honest, they're not your best people. Right? Like you should have a TV show every night called One In, One Out. Okay, well, first of all, we're getting rid of Rosita. Rosita is a nurse who took care of the elderly, who incidentally voted her out. And who are we getting back? We're getting Barry! Barry's a cab driver who won 10 grand on a scratchy and moved to Mallorca. Feels like a fair swap you got there. See, immigrants are good. You want to have them, man. You want to have them. Unless they're fucking Mexicans. Oh! I live in LA. You wouldn't believe the problems we have with Mexicans. Fucking dirty Mexicans. They come over the border and they're taking all the good jobs. They can't even speak English. They're taking all the good jobs. I don't know how they do it, but they do. You know, sometimes I look at my son and I think, if only he could pick fruit someday. You wouldn't believe the amount of white people who applied for that job. Oh, they were queued around the fucking block, and I was like, get the fuck away from my house. I like explaining everything twice. Hey! But see, this is what Trump reckons. Trump reckons that the Mexicans are coming over the border and they're raping. I don't know how, though. It just doesn't feel like the opportune time. Like, you're trying to flee a country, you're dehydrated, you're in the desert. That would be the last thing on my mind, but that's because I'm not as sneaky as a Mexican. They're coming over the border and they're raping. Sure, maybe some of them, you know, maybe, but some of every nationality rapes. It's not like it's a Mexican thing. It's not like if you go to a really authentic Mexican restaurant and you walk in with your wife and kids like, this is very nice, this is a lovely restaurant. Then a waiter takes you away from your family. Off to the special Mexican closet. You come back out, your ass is like a Japanese flag. You look at your wife and you're like, why do we keep coming here? Every week. If the food wasn't so good. You know, it's not a Mexican thing. Sure, some of them are raping. Every nationality rapes. You have British rapists. You have Australian rapists, or Australia wouldn't exist in its current state. There's probably a Canadian rapist, one fella. Polite bloke, you know, nice bloke. Like you're going for a jog and he just drags you into some bushes like, I'm so sorry about this, I'm so sorry. I won't be too long, I don't want to ruin your day. That's why I do believe there should be a wall. There should be a wall. So that when the Americans run out of healthcare, they can't crawl over into Canada. I think the Canadians should just make the wall 3 foot high. Just to take the piss. So that when the Americans are crawling over because their lungs are filled with coal from getting all their jobs back. Who the fuck wants their job back in the coal mine? Like, what the fuck is... They're like, oh, we're gonna get our coal mine jobs back. What the fuck? I didn't even know coal was still a thing. As soon as Trump said it, I'm like, is this a fucking Dickens novel? What the fuck? And why the fuck do these people deserve to have a job? What, because their dad had a job and their grandfather had the same fucking job and their great-great-grandpappy fucking blah, 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 blah. Have some fucking dreams, you low aspirational fuck. And they say things, they're just like this. They're like, well, if the coal mine shuts down, then our town will shut down. Yeah, fuck your town. Fuck it. Fuck it. In my lifetime, the population of the world has got in town. Take a fucking hint.
I like the way he thinks.
Happy. And I don't like the hecklers. I was doing the Edinburgh Festival in Scotland. I have to say Scotland because American people are watching. I was doing the Edinburgh Festival in Scotland and I was performing in front of about 400 people, and I was doing a routine that I've done in one of my older specials that I don't do anymore about how you have to baptize your children. Because if you don't baptize your children and they die in infancy, then they don't get into heaven. Because God's a good guy, but he does have some rules. And if he lets one dead baby into heaven, then he has to let all the dead babies into heaven. And before you know it, heaven's just filled with fucking dead babies.
That's funny.
So I'm on stage kicking dead babies around as you do at work. And this woman in the 4th row, very attractive, but she's in hysterics. She's crying. Her eyes are bawling. And she just stands, you bastard! And then she just leaves the room just in hysterics, just, ah! I'm still fucking mid-kick, like this. And then her husband stands up. And he picks up a handbag, and he holds the handbag like all men hold handbags. 2 hands in front of the chest. I'm holding this for someone else, so Anyway, so he picks up the handbag, and he holds it. And we can still hear her screaming. She went out that door, she's screaming. The staff are trying to calm her down. She's screaming. And the husband stands up, and he goes, I'm sorry, Jim. I'm sorry, everyone. We were expecting our first child, and she miscarried at 7 months. And that was 6 weeks ago. And the baby was due this week. So we decided to leave the house for the first time and forget about our problems.
Okay.
And to try to have a laugh. Anyway, Jim, the first half of the show was really great. And then he just leaves awkwardly like, excuse me, sorry. We can still hear her screaming. Men and women in the room are crying their eyes out, which isn't good for comedy. And I'm trying to bullshit my way out of it. I'm on stage going, hey, that joke was more about the hypocrisy of religion rather than dead babies per se. And as I'm doing that, in the second row, a Geordie fella from Newcastle, England, he stands up in the second row and he points at me, really angry like this, and he goes, to be fair, she's fucking hot.
Okay.
And a sentence fell out of my mouth so fast I couldn't put the words back in. I went, well, they get to keep their figure when they don't carry them full term. I'm not proud of this. I'm just reporting it. Bottles just started getting thrown at me. Just fucking woof, woof. I'm like fucking
joke.
from the Matrix, like, wah. And I was just like, good night! So that was many years ago. If you're watching this special at home, I hope you had a kid since then. What am I going to do? A miscarriage brought so much joy to other people.
Unfortunate, but like I say all the time, everybody can get these jokes. Everybody can get these jokes, man. This guy's brain is fun too. Kinda in the vein of Doug to me, but to me Doug really goes there. But this guy's brain is fun to explore too. Some of the stuff he thinks about and says on stage is so fun. It's just fun to listen to, man. Jim Jefferies, always a favorite of mine also. I really like his style of comedy and his matter-of-fact pointing out his hypocrisies and stuff like that. Man, this was a good routine, bro. I really liked it. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Come back and see me on the Amazing Them channel. Hit that like button like I said before. Subscribe and definitely comment because I want to hear what y'all got to say about certain things that some of these comedians and music stuff that I do, what they talk about. And I really want to know what you guys got to say. So thanks again for coming to the Amazing Them channel, and I'll see you next time. Take care.
You were put here to protect us.